Hi guys. How is everyone? Are you guys having a good night? I love Betty White. It was her 99th birthday. Did you guys know that? I already see people in the chat talking about Golden Girls. Oh my goodness. I loved that show. That was like the best show ever. Was one of my favorites. That was on when I was a kid, and I remember just like being, I don't even know, second grade, first grade, that show would always be on. And I would like, was it on Friday nights? I feel like it was on Friday nights. I can't remember, but I used to love that show. Rose was my favorite because she was from Minnesota and she was from St. Olaf, which isn't even a city. It's not a town, it's fictional. And she would always talk about being from St. Olaf, but St. Olaf is a college here, but definitely not a city. So I used to love that show. And now when I watch it, I actually get kind of sad because all of the ladies that are on that show are gone. Betty is the only one that's still alive, and she actually just turned 99. She's like a national treasure. And with everything that's been going on with the pandemic, I feel like we need to like put her in a bubble. Like, don't go near Betty. Keep Betty safe. Keep her alive. She was supposed to be doing a show on Hallmark, I think, like a movie that's on hold right now. So yeah, I absolutely love, love, love the Golden Girls. So tonight is going to just be kind of casual. I'm going to try to keep the chat open as long as possible. I don't really have a lot like planned or scheduled. Some of you guys were just asking for a live stream. And so I was like, well, I'll just go live. That'll be cool. And you watch very, very occasionally, and you follow my 2 Instagrams. Well, thank you. I just had to open a second Instagram. It's my backup. I'm a little bit concerned about my primary. It kept getting spammed. People kept like reporting my content for spams. And so it's like blocked right now from going live. And it's the stuff that they're flagging was like spam, and I'm still working on the appeals. So I don't know how many post removals can like take your account down, and I'm hoping those reporting things will stop. But yeah. And it was like a super old post that they removed like months and months and months ago. Okay. Valerie, thank you for becoming a member. Yep. So if you want to become a member to support the channel, you can. Make sure to consider super chats. And can you ask a dumb question? Maybe. It depends. Hi, hi, Kylie. How are you? Hope you're doing okay too. You want to see who's waiting, who's going to win the Highlander spot between Betty White and Cloris Leachman. Is Cloris still alive? All right. I heard that one and follow that one on one of my accounts, and I'll do that one. I can. Wow, you follow 7,500 accounts. That's a lot. Hey, everyone. Okay. Golden Girls was your favorite show. Okay. Do I know who the Josh guy is from the Dad Challenge? Not really. I've only interacted with him a couple of times. But someone had a question and then they didn't ask the question. So have you guys seen the memes that are going around with Bernie from the inauguration? I have been laughing so hard. I can't stand how hysterical these are. I was actually on Twitter and I was like looking at the Bernie memes. and I'll share them with you. I was like, the mittens, they're like putting him all over the place. So, at the inauguration, he was basically sitting in the chair and he had his mittens on. And so everyone was like making memes out of it. So they're so amazingly hilarious. Like someone actually turned one of the memes into that guy that like, he's a whole mood. Yeah, the Bernie memes are so funny. I was laughing so hard at these today. I don't even care if you don't like politics. The memes are hysterical. And what's even more hilarious is that Bernie is like, he's in on the joke, you guys. This is what I love about Bernie. He doesn't care if you guys like make fun of him. He will use that opportunity to like make money. And he made a shirt. So he has like, he took the photo, right? And he made it into a sweatshirt and he's selling it for $45 on his campaign website. And he's donating 100% of the profits to Meals on Wheels, which I thought was amazing. Want healthcare, please. My favorite so far has been the Spice Girls one. I really like this one, the fly. Remember the fly from the debate? That was so funny. Star Wars, or no, I'm sorry, that's not Star Wars, that's Star Trek. Oh my gosh. With Trump. Who is that guy? What's this guy's name again? I forgot what his name is. The Friday one is hilarious too. Yeah. Oh, my husband liked this one, the Game of Thrones one. Forrest Gump. Like people got really, really welcome to Schitt's Creek. There he is on the couch with friends. Oh, at the beach. Poor Bernie. He was just so cold. There's the sweatshirt. So he's selling this for $45 and all the money will go to Meals on Wheels in Vermont. I love that. I love the charity Meals on Wheels. If you guys ever have a chance to do any sort of like charitable work or just can donate any of your time, Meals on Wheels has always been one of my favorites. I did it for years and years. When I was in my office job in Minneapolis, I was part of a rotation, like once a month we would do it. And then so I did that for like 5 years and I loved it. I absolutely loved bringing meals to the, elderly and to individuals with disabilities that like couldn't get out of their houses. And then when we moved out here, I did the Meals on Wheels through a church just because it was so much fun. Like I absolutely love dropping the meals off for people and just like giving them a hello and a brightening of their day. So it's such a great charity to get involved with if you are into that, if you ever want to donate your time. And it's like only a couple hours a day, a couple hours total. At the supper, the Last Supper, anti-social, always anti-fascist. Whoops. Playing, oh my gosh, on the mood. Yeah, I love doing Meals on Wheels. I used to bring my son with me because I just thought it was just a great opportunity for my son to see, the importance of giving back to people. And he would just get such a kick out of it. And especially the elderly that we would bring the food to, they would always just get such a kick out of seeing him. That was like way before the pandemic. Sitting out on the porch. The Last Supper. Oh, I don't even know what city that's in. That's in Philadelphia. Someone did a Where's Waldo one. where he belongs, right? People wanted him to be the president. Bohemian Rhapsody. This one's funny. Oh, these memes are just such a mood. The silver fox. Oh, well, welcome. Thank you so much for subscribing. I hope you enjoy the channel. We're kind of in a reformatting, we're in a new phase right now on this channel where we're still figuring out what's going on half the time. Did you see the meme where they like throw out the chair? Oh, Bernie. Healthcare. He really likes healthcare, you guys. There's the Breakfast Club. Oh, look, the Big Lebowski, the Breakfast Club. Oh, these are such a mood. I enjoyed them so much. Thank you for becoming a member. It's I'm just on Twitter, so all I'm doing is like I put in Bernie mitten memes, and then all of these memes have come up. Like there he is protesting. Poor Bernie. You know the woman, oh, here's the Breakfast Club. You know, I was thinking about the woman that actually makes the mittens. She actually is I heard the haters are talking about you, so I'm here to give you support because I know what it's like to be harassed. Oh, well, thank you. You know, we just stay positive. We stay positive. I did see the dating game one. Yeah, I was laughing so hard at those today. Did you guys hear? I know, Emerald, exactly. I think it is the most he's had in a long time. Did you guys see? Did you guys see? I'm sorry. I just got like completely. Okay. Did you guys see? He laughed when Seth Meyers mentioned the memes during an interview with him. I love that. Aw, my husband loves my smile. Aw, thanks. The Big Lebowski is awesome. My husband really liked the Game of Thrones one. We were really big. My husband's a very big Game of Thrones fan, so that one I thought was amazing. I know I was zoning. I'm sorry. I actually got a message that I needed to check, but I've been so busy, and it's like I haven't felt like I've had any downtime. I haven't had any time to like really decompress and sort of like truly just relax and try to like not think about what's going on in my life or with my family. But it was nice because tonight I actually did dinner, which I love cooking. So I don't know if you guys have something that like you love to do when you're feeling like stressed out or just like helps you feel like you can be kind of like normal. I think sometimes when you have a job like this, it's so easy to forget how to be a human. Like you spend so much of your time in the internet world and you forget about, not like you forget, but it's like, you know, you get so wrapped up in stuff and it can be so hard to disengage. And so like today I took some time and I like disengaged and I worked out and I spent some time with my son, spent time with my husband. I did cooking. We had dinner. We had chicken sandwiches. And yeah, we did tonight. We're doing HelloFresh. We've been doing that for a couple months. And it's been really nice, you guys, since we started doing HelloFresh. I'm up I've gained like 5 pounds, but I blame that on stress right now. I'm like been stressed out. But the meals are so amazing. Like tonight it was like chicken sandos, which was like chicken strips that were made with, did I see him sitting with like onions and green peppers and potato wedges. It was good. I couldn't even finish it. It was so filling. What color is my blush today? It's the same blush that I use every day. Always blame it on the winter. Well, I probably hit, but I've definitely been stressed, especially at like night when I finally have time to sit down and kind of like think about everything that's going on in my life. Yeah, the veggies were super good. So this is the blush that I use. And then I was like, it's been really, it's been an overall pretty good day. Like there's been so much going on, and it's been like one of those days where I can finally just kind of like relax and be like, okay, I feel like I can breathe for a minute. And Todd threw under the bus with the blow pops. Yes, we like the blow pops. I love the blow pops. You just made sugar cookies. You're obsessed with Saint makeup now. You ordered pizza and you feel like a cow. Oh, don't. It's cold. It was cold yesterday. I didn't go outside today. It was like -2 yesterday. Thank you. A pink look. I don't have a lot of pink eyeshadow, but I don't really like everything I have on today is really. I think everyone loves Todd. Well, Todd is in the chat, so he's an active part on the channel. But yeah, he's just my buddy. Everyone loves Todd. I heard there's this like someone sent me a message. They said that there's this like one channel that like talks about him all the time. I can't remember what the name was. And I was like, oh, that's weird. There's like a hashtag like free Todd or something. I'm like, that's hilarious. I don't use contour palettes, so I wouldn't know. I don't have like, I'm not a makeup channel, so I don't give makeup advice really. This is the bronzer I use. It's Hoola by Benefit. And yeah, that's about it. I don't have a bronzer pack. Some of the really big stuff that people are into right now, especially with the contouring, like the older your skin gets, I just don't feel like the more makeup you put on your skin as your skin ages, it just doesn't work as well. Like highlighter does not work as nicely on someone that has 40-year-old skin. It doesn't for me. This is definitely Miami in a box. I absolutely love it. I don't contour with it though. I just do like my cheekbones and my up there. There's a lot of content. I'm sure there is. As we age, cream base seems to work better. That's cool. What are we talking about? Somebody's child. Oh no, a single mom yelling at her child. I'm sorry. I like men that stick up for their wives for sure. My favorite wine is Cabernet. That's what I have in here. And did you guys see the big JoJo news? JoJo Siwa. She came out. Well, I hate that you have to even say that. Perez actually has her Instagram live on his channel or on his Instagram. I'll see if I can find it. All right, so 1 second. Let me get this pulled up. So JoJo came out, which is awesome. I absolutely love this. She seems so incredibly happy. She did a Instagram live today where she talked about it, which is phenomenal. And thankfully, Perez Hilton grabbed it because I missed it.
My house Wi-Fi actually working. It never works anymore. It's so frustrating. Hi. I wanted to come on here and just talk to y'all for a second. Say hi, say what's up, say thank you. Because for the last, what would it be now, 48 hours, 72 hours, I have gotten the most endless amount of love and support. And it is, I'm just,
I love how happy she is. And I love that I love that she's like so happy and so excited and so like happy, like just she looks so happy.
I am really, really, I'm really happy. And now that the world gets to see this side of my life, it makes me really, really happy. I've been happy in this land for a minute now. And now though that I just get to share that with the world, it's awesome. And I'm just so happy and it's just so amazing. And I want people to know that there is so much love in the world. There's so much love. And it is so incredible and so amazing. It's wonderful.
And I love that so many people are supporting her.
Ever been this happy before. And it feels really awesome. And I've been happy for a little bit now. And it's just so awesome. And I just, y'all can just tell how happy I am. Like, you guys know, you guys probably haven't seen me this happy.
I wonder if she's dating someone. She's like super happy. Like, I wonder if she's also dating someone or if she's just really happy to be in, because she was talking about how she was dating someone and then
since I was on tour. Somebody said, what label are you? You know, I have thought about this, and the reason why I'm not ready to say this answer is because I don't really know this answer. I think humans are awesome. I think humans are really incredible people. I right now am super duper happy, and I want to share everything with the world. I really do, but I also want to keep things in my life private until they're ready to be public.
I feel like she might have a girlfriend maybe, but I don't know. That's what it kind of sounds like to me. Like she has a girlfriend, but she can't. She's going to protect their privacy right now. But it also sounds like maybe she likes, I don't know. I like this though.
But right now what matters is that you guys know that no matter who you love, that it's okay. and that it's awesome and that the world is there for you. There's so many people that are there for you. And I know that, you know, everyone's situation is different, and it might be.
She has that like look of like when you're totally in love with someone and that you're just like want to shout it off to the world. You know what I mean? Like, I get that sense that there's someone in her life that she really, really cares about. Whether, you know, it makes my heart so happy. When I was a kid growing up, this was not common. We didn't see anyone really coming out, you know, and you're just like, I lived in this space where I didn't really understand my sexuality. So it was always like, I didn't have anybody to tell me or guide me, or like, you know, like I didn't understand bisexuality at all. And I was always so confused about it because I was always attracted to both. And it always felt like this awkward space. And there was no one at that age that talked about that or came out publicly, because it was like the 90s. So it makes me really happy that today in 2021, we're seeing teenagers come out publicly. I think it's like so good for anyone that's in the LGBTQ plus to have anybody that has a public platform to utilize it. I am. Coming out bi for me was hard. Yeah, it was hard because I didn't have any structure of understanding. And I feel like people would be like, oh, you kissed a girl, it's because you're drunk. And it was never like that, because I literally was attracted to both men and women. But obviously I'm in a heterosexual marriage, but that doesn't change like who I'm attracted to. And that confuses people too.
Harder for some people, and it might be easier for some people to come out or to be themselves. But I think coming out has this stigma around it that it's a really, really, really scary thing, but it's not anymore. There's so many accepting and loving people out there that it's okay. Of course, people are going to say it's not normal, but it's your normal. Nothing is normal. Literally not one thing about anybody is normal. And it's okay to not be normal. It's okay to be a little different. It's okay to be a little weird. It's okay to be a little strange. It's okay to be different. And I think a lot of people are afraid of being different. And that's something that we should never, ever, ever be afraid of. It's something that we should be proud of. And
oh, someone just said that she might be pansexual. That could be, because pansexual would just mean that you just like love humans and you're attracted to people. And it could be any person. It could be a man, a woman. It could be you could be attracted to someone who, you know, a transgender man, a transgender woman. There's people that are just attracted to everyone. And she could be that too. I don't know. It sounds to me like she might have a girlfriend here.
And that we should celebrate, because we all get to be so different, and it's so cool and so awesome.
I know she doesn't need to have a label, right? Like, she could just be happy for her, right? She can just be happy JoJo that she's in the LGBTQ plus and she's living her life authentically. I love that.
And even just reading your comments right now, like, you guys are just so awesome and amazing. And I'm the happiest that I've ever been. And that's what matters. I love y'all. Oh, your comments are so fun. Somebody said they love my bow. Thank you. Let's see if anyone we know is on this live stream. Oh boy, a lot of people I know are on this live stream. Oh, I love you all. I'm really happy.
Look at how cute she is.
I think in life, you know when you meet your person.
See, this is why I think she has her. She said, you just know when you meet your person. Like, she met somebody. There's someone in her life.
Is that why you broke up with him? People in life break up. And people, as teenagers, break up. You have a boyfriend or you have a girlfriend when you're 6 years old. And
we're supposed to be able to talk openly, so try not to shut people down. Not you, Katie. I'm not sure about who's shutting who down, what we're talking about with shutting. Nobody's been shut down. Not that I can see. Andrea says, I don't agree with labeling. I've decided to have a child and not marry the father because I want to plan finding my true love, whether it's a male or female. I don't think you were in the LGBTQ plus after I saw your message a few months ago saying you were into women when you responded to someone else. Okay. That's weird. It's weird because now I get a lot of messages from women that are hitting on me in my DMs. And I think people think that once you are out and you say that you are bisexual, that somehow you also are in like a polyamorous relationship. And I am definitely not in a polyamorous relationship. I am a monogamous person. So Mel says she might be. She doesn't owe anyone a label. Exactly. Your mailman had a hole in the back of his pants today. Oh my goodness.
And you break up with them, you're not with them for forever. I was a teenager. I still am a teenager, but I think I'm pretty happy now. I think I'm pretty good now.
She has a girlfriend. Okay. So JoJo is happy and she's doing really well. That makes me so happy. Yeah, pansexuality is when somebody is like just likes open to any person. Like the person is who they're attracted to. It doesn't have anything to do with like their gender or it's just the person. Like they're just attracted to that person. What if you find a woman that you're attracted to? It's no different than if you find a man that you're attracted to. Just because you're attracted to someone, if you're in a monogamous relationship, do you cheat on them? I don't. Like if you're in a healthy marriage and if you're in a healthy relationship, you can still be attracted to people, but you're not going to cheat on your spouse. Like I take my marriage vows very seriously. We have been together for 12 years. I would never. I feel like people just don't really understand, like, oh, just because, like, when you're in a heterosexual marriage, which I am, and what if you're attracted to another man? Then what happens? You know what I mean? It's the same question. Monogamy is monogamy. You pick who you're with and you're with them. You don't have to like, I'm not going to answer questions about my previous life, but yes, there's lots in my past, but I don't really feel like openly discussing it. And I'm not, this is not fake. This is not fake. Okay. So, out of curiosity, is Nickelodeon still supporting her? I really don't know why they wouldn't be. I would hope so. Nickelodeon's not like a super like unprogressive organization. If you're in a committed relationship, you don't cheat. Being faithful has nothing to do with your sexuality. Exactly. Thank you. I've dated women. It's, you know, it is what it is. But I am happy with my husband. But that doesn't change who you're attracted to. I'm really hot. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I'm not into like joining things. I'm not into poly. I don't want to have multiple partners. I'm not good with that at all. You feel like Nickelodeon would still be, I don't feel like Nickelodeon would like cut ties with her. I feel like that would be a really bad look. Like in today's inclusive society, Nickelodeon would never be able to cut ties with someone just because of their sexuality. That seems like That's highly discriminatory. You can't unsupport someone because of who they are. That would just be, no, you can't do that. That would be like your boss being like, I'm firing you. Yeah, Nickelodeon would never. Christine says she's happier as a single person. Well, that's amazing. I love that. And I am, you want to find, Nicole says she's bisexual and monogamous with her husband. Exactly. It is absolutely possible. Yeah. You say I as a woman find women beautiful, doesn't make me bi, but when a man says another man is hot, people assume they are. This is true. There's a difference between thinking another woman is attractive and then being attracted to women. It's totally different. Bisexual people always have to defend themselves. It doesn't matter who you're attracted to. People act like just because you're bi, you will date the world and can't be monogamous. Yes. So I get a lot of messages from women and they're like, well, can you play around on your husband? And it's not like I feel like the need to cheat. Like, I don't want to cheat on my husband. I'm not interested in having multiple partners. I don't like to share. I don't like to, you can ask my husband. I'm not into sharing at all. I'm so not into sharing. Like, I only want my one partner and I want to be my husband's partner and that's it. Like, I don't want him to have another partner. I don't want me to have another partner and he doesn't want to have another partner. So we're happy that way. But it's really and truly whatever works for the couple. But for me, this is what works for our family. Poor Bernie. He did. He looked like he was so cold, right? So cold. So cold. He did. All right, you guys. So don't be, if you are interested in supporting the channel, make sure you feel free to do super chats or become a member of this channel. You're not going to share. I've never really come out to my parents. I don't think we've ever really talked about it. I've never really hidden it though. So it's never been like a thing. And my parents are really progressive, so they wouldn't care. Like, they watch my channel. They know that we've had a pride flag. So, you know, it's never really been this thing. Like, when I was growing up, my parents taught me that, like, they do watch my channel. Yeah. Like, no, I've never really had to come out to them and been like, Mom, Dad, I'm bisexual. Like, they wouldn't care. I've never like said it out loud to them, but they watch the channel. So I'm sure they've like, I've never really felt like I needed to hide it, but I've also never really felt like I needed to talk about it. Like, it was just what it was. What are you talking about? Screenshot with name scratched or not believing? I don't know what kind of proof I need to make. I don't know. My parents don't care. Like, my parents, we grew up and they were like, my parents are like hippies from the 60s. So they were very like progressive and love everyone. Love is love. They were like so happy when gay marriage was legalized. They were the kind of parents that just like, I don't know. I think always just, they love everyone. Yeah, I don't really feel like I have to have a conversation with them because I don't think they would care and it doesn't matter to them. And it's just not. I have been just don't comment, watch this sensitive subject because of family members being accused of, but not true. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what that person's talking about. Someone being accused of something, but that's not true. I don't know what they're talking about. But we're not talking about other channels. We're not talking about other topics that have nothing to do with this channel. We're just staying on this topic. Hope you guys understand. That's not why I'm on this channel. So it doesn't really matter. We are married and we are happy. Exactly. Victoria says that her parents are conservative, but they always support and love her no matter what. They respect my decisions. That's awesome. I love to hear that. Rose says that she is so glad that Trump is gone. So people are feeling that way. It's different for every, yeah. It's definitely, I feel like it's changed a lot since I grew up. I grew up Catholic, and I think it was like more confusing for kids back then. It wasn't as accepted, but when I was 16, one of my best friends came out to me. So that was awesome. I mean, I already knew that he was gay, so it wasn't like, you know, you just know, and it's not that big of a deal. Like, I've never cared. I don't care. People can like love who they want to love. And that's why I have Love is Love on my pillow. And we tell that to my son all the time. Like, you can love whoever you want to love. You can love men or women. We love everybody's, you know, no matter what their color of their skins. Though that was another thing that we did this week was Martin Luther King Jr. was on Monday. And I actually started my Monday morning by watching the I Have a Dream speech again. And I don't know what it is about that speech, but like every single time I listen to it, it's always like I get chills. And then I also like listen to the things that Martin Luther King Jr. said. And I'm like, there's still things about what he says from 1963 that are still so relevant today. And he was like talking about how, you know, like peaceful protesting and like not going violent and not stopping until Black men and women do not have to deal with, you know, police brutality. And so that's like how we started the week. But it was neat because as a part of school, his special education teacher was talking to my son about racism, which was like such a neat experience to see my son kind of engage with his teacher and talk about people and skin color. Everyone go give this a thumbs up. Thank you. And so, you know, the teacher was like, my skin is white. What colors, or, you know, your skin is white. My skin is white. And then she's like, do you know anyone that has dark skin or black skin? And, you know, we were like, oh yeah, he's had nurses and, you know, we have friends and like, and she was like, he had a nurse that was like his nurse for 2 years. That was actually from Africa. And, so she's like, so we don't actually get into red zone thoughts when we see people that have different skin colors. And we just think green zone thoughts. And when we let ourselves get into red zone thoughts, we don't, because people's skin colors should not change how we feel about them. And I loved how she explained that to him, because it's like, it doesn't matter. You know, she actually, didn't know this about my son's teacher, but her husband is Korean. So, I thought it was but it was awesome because my son was just like, of course, like, why would we get mad at someone just because they have a different skin color? And she was kind of talking about, you know, like what's been going on in the world and sort of talking about how, you know, some people, and that was another thing that we had to talk to my son about, was like some of the stuff that happened a couple weeks ago had to do with people not liking people that have certain skin colors, and, you know, talking to him about like sometimes when you have red zone thoughts about things, you do things and you stay in the red zone and you hang out with people that are still in the red zone. Bad things can happen. And so you have to, you know, get out of the red zone. So yeah, it was awesome to have my son here learn about, you know, just the basics. And children are like sponges, which makes me just truly realize that so much of the hate that they learn it's just taught. It's like systemic. It's like their family just teaches them to hate. And if you don't put that into a child's brain, they will literally never think it. It will never cross their minds. It will never be a consideration, right? It's just life. So I've always wanted my son to like see that. And that's exactly how I was raised. So I am so glad that like his teachers are so good about that. And I loved that they used a way to teach him that in a way with his autism that he could understand it. Like you don't like red zone is like a zone of regulation, which would mean, yeah, she said that her husband is Korean. I had no idea. One of my sons said to a dentist he loved her because she was brown like his brother. He was on laughing gas at the time. Oh. Well, yeah. Yes, I will have people on live again. I tried to have people on live last night, but I didn't really have a lot of people. Like nobody wanted to join, and I'm honestly just like kind of tired. I don't know if this is exactly why I want to learn about white supremacy in order to stop it. Someone was actually talking about, okay, so you know how David Eason always is like sharing the Confederate flag? And you know how like people always want to defend the Confederate flag and act like it's just like a rite of passage in the South. It doesn't at all have to do with racism, but it's like impossible for that to be true because the Confederate Army were white supremacists, right? They were a group of people, of states that wanted to secede from the United States because they wanted to be slave owners. They did not want to allow slaves to be free. They did not want to allow slaves to have rights like they did in the South. And so how do you separate the Confederates, who were literally the first white supremacists of this United States, and say that the Confederate flag does not represent white supremacy when that was like the premise of the Civil War? We're fighting over the rights of African Americans that came over here as slaves. You can't separate it. It's impossible. It's ingrained that the Southern Confederates were white supremacists. You want them to get away from sexually and racially dividing things. It was over taxation, then later slavery. They were white supremacists. They were 1000% white supremacists, and they wanted slavery to still exist. It's white supremacy. And we shouldn't be like glorifying it. And the fact that It's taught in schools as states' rights under the Constitution. Most young students understand it's not a good thing and are taught by families otherwise. Victoria says it's not a good thing as a Southern person. I hate the flag too. I remember in high school, one of my friends had a crush on this guy, and they invited us over to his brother's house. His brother was like, we were seniors in high school, I think. And his brother was like, I don't know, a couple years older, had an apartment. And we went into the apartment, and he had this massive Confederate flag on his wall, all this racist stuff everywhere. And I was like, this is who you like? This is the grossest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, I remember as a 17-year-old seeing the Confederate flag and being disgusted, thinking it was hate. And I think that's how we should think of the Confederate flag. It should be, yeah, it's not a, I'm a cannibal that ate my, what? That doesn't even make sense. I know, Rebecca says, I'm honestly wondering what people are for with the Confederate flag. Exactly. What do we teach in the books that's crazy? I'd love to know. I don't know. I feel like kids need to learn things, and I think it's important that you instill things with children. And, you know, we are here to, like, I don't know. I will always, always, always be talking about that kind of stuff with my son. Like, we have been saying to my son since he was a baby, like, if you want to love a man or a woman, it's fine. Late to the stream, but you're talking about Bernie memes. I asked a question, is there one of the Bernie with one of those mysterious metallic sculptures? I don't know. You could probably check Twitter. Oh my goodness. I don't think most people in the South are like racist, because obviously it's gotten so much better. I mean, look at Atlanta. Atlanta has become so diverse. Obviously there's still some in the South, but I don't think as a whole it is. Growing up in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, it's not racist at all. I think sometimes if you're in some of the outlying areas, there can be racism, but in general, like, I don't know. My husband and I are definitely not, but it's not to say that we don't have people in our community that aren't. I think it's everywhere. I don't think it's contingent on geography, unfortunately. Yeah. Exactly. Put yourself in the person of color's shoes and think about how they would feel when they see a Confederate flag. It's no different than how the Jews view the swastika. Exactly. Like, you have to understand the utter damage that symbol means, for sure. Exactly. Karen says the most vile ones are from Indiana. Okay. Well, I don't want to pigeonhole people. I think it can happen anywhere. But I'm glad that the districts now are really getting to a space of, you know, being more open with kids about it. And I never really had those kind of lessons. I my parents, we were around everybody. My mom worked in daycare growing up, and then she was a teacher. And so we were always around every single, I mean, everyone. There was nothing that I didn't, nothing. I mean, my parents weren't the kind of parents that were like, you don't like someone because of their skin color. They didn't really tell me anything at all. Like, I didn't understand race at all as a child because it wasn't a consideration growing up. Like, my parents just said that you love people for who they are. That's it. And I think that's really what the message should be for children, is that you love people for who they are and you don't judge them by the color of their skin. You don't judge them by their socioeconomic standing. You don't judge them because of who they love or what religion they are, or, you know, you just love people for loving people. That's it. What is Lindsay saying? Opposing thoughts. I'm confused. People are talking about. Well, I don't use the N-word, and it's never been part of my dialect. It's not my place to say how I feel, what people, you know, people of color feel about it. It's their choice to. I would never use the word. I don't think anyone should use that in a derogatory way at all. So you mentioned that the net was going to blow up last night, did it? Probably a little bit. Yeah, the R word is bad too. Don't use the R word. Don't say the N word, period. Yeah, the N word is awful. Like, I don't use the N word. I just don't like derogatory words in general. Just don't use the N word. Don't use the R word. Just don't. But yeah, it's not like, yeah. You need wine. I know. All right, so we are approaching an hour, and I am getting pretty tired here. And yes, all slurs are bad. Yeah, I am not the moral authority. I just say be nice to people, be kind to people. I say don't be rude to people. Be open, be generous, be loving, stand up for yourself if you need to. Don't allow bullies to win. You know, be strong, be kind, be sassy, be silly. But anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Make sure you're on the way out, you give this video some thumbs up. And if you want to become a member or flip a super chat. But either way, thank y'all for joining me tonight. Bye, guys.